Thanks, everyone. Thanks for joining us again today for another session on economic development and action. Happy to have with us now Anthony Everett from the British Columbia Regional Tourism Secretariat to talk about the British Columbia Tourism Resiliency Network. Anthony, thanks very much for joining us today, and I'll hand it over to you.
Thank you, Dale. Thank you, everyone. I'd like to acknowledge that I am today hosted by the Ucluelet First Nation in Ucluelet territory. I'm proud to live, work, and play on Vancouver Island, and grateful for this opportunity to talk to you today. I'm going to be talking a little bit about the Tourism Resiliency Program that launched at the beginning of the pandemic, so in early 2020. In addition to my role day-to-day of being the President and CEO of Tourism Vancouver Island, I'm also proud to be the chair of the BC Regional Tourism Secretariat, made up of 5 regional tourism organizations that have been around for, many have been around for decades, and they include the Thompson Okanagan Tourism Region, Northern British Columbia Tourism Region, Caribou-Chilcotin Coast Tourism Region, and the Kootenay Rockies Tourism Region, and as well as Vancouver Island. If we can go back in time and think of the beginning of the pandemic, things were shutting down. We could see very clearly that the impacts of tourism were going to be acute and challenging. We didn't know where we were going. It's been a long 2 years with many highs and lows. But what we saw as the opportunity at the beginning of the pandemic was to quickly move in a direction of support for business. And that started here on Vancouver Island. And we started talking to businesses and lining up funding, and we're very grateful that the funding came through right at the beginning from Island Coastal Economic Trust, and we formed a partnership here on Vancouver Island. And we started this program called the Tourism Resiliency Program. And very quickly, that program got adopted and implemented around the province through the BC Regional Tourism Secretariat. And that's what we've all been focused on over the last 2 years. I'm incredibly proud of this program after 30 years of being in tourism in this province. We received lots of funding from Western Economic Diversification, now Pacific Can. Grateful for that. And I also want to acknowledge that we work closely with the province of British Columbia through the Ministry of Tourism, Arts, Culture, and Sport, and as well that we had a solid partnership with Destination British Columbia, who did associate with this program. So back in 2020, things were shutting down in March. So by April, we had been talking to businesses, and we were seeing catastrophic losses, annual drops of revenue in excess of $200,000. Businesses were closing, layoffs were happening, and businesses were really struggling to navigate the fire hose of supports that tourism was, businesses were considering from government. There was a whole range of them. I think we're all very familiar of what that time was like, and businesses really needed a hand navigating it. And that was really the start of the Tourism Resiliency Program. It was designed to be a high-touch, one-on-one, quantity over quality, or quality over quantity, program, where we were working directly with businesses and help them find supports for during those early days. But as things evolved, we really realized that we had to give them a range of supports, from HR services to marketing support, a whole range of different things. And every sector of tourism had different challenges, if it was the marine sector. So we started creating community forums, and these existed around the province. So it was really individual learning supports. We set each business up with a program advisor that was with them and is still with them today from the beginning right through. We had a whole suite of program experts that we were able to bring in to help our businesses through this. We had digital literacy services and lots of group learning opportunities. Today, you can go to the tourismresiliency.ca website and search for the supports that all exist online and are part of the legacy of this program. You can see some of them here today. There's a whole range of services that are available, toolkits, webinars, et cetera, that are available through this program. And one of the things in the last year that has really come to the fore, research shows that consumers are looking for businesses more than ever online. And so one of the most popular programs these days is one-on-one support of businesses enhancing their digital literacy of their digital program. I think it was surprising for all of us to know the number of businesses that around the province that didn't even have the ability to put their COVID protocols on their website. And this was a program that is now highly sought after to help businesses in a one-on-one way create those digital readiness and digital literacy aspects. So today we're proud of the fact that we have served and are serving over 2,000 businesses, 167 Indigenous owned businesses, 441 women-owned businesses, 5 youth-owned businesses. And I think it's significant to point out that when we started our program, advisors were working with these businesses, that this was a day-to-day process, and the amount of work that was involved led to over 40,000 points of contact with businesses around the province. Some of the key successes to getting our industry back, and I still think we have a way to go around the province, was that we were working directly with those businesses, listening to their issues, working with them one-on-one. And we estimate that 3,600 jobs were saved and stayed within the industry because of our network. The digital services and the digital experts have been highly sought after and a very popular program. And there's a whole suite of online learning and group learning and community forums that were available to businesses. The key learnings that we have is you cannot beat one-on-one service. It is high touch, hands-on. You have to meet businesses where they're at with the needs that they have on any given day at any given time, and work directly with them. When a program is set up like this, that you're really learning with the businesses, that you have to listen, do your analysis, and change and adapt as you go. And we're grateful to our funders and to everyone that was involved in the program that we were able to move and help serve those businesses in many different ways. Here's a quote from one of the businesses that we're talking about, the collaboration that the industry really showed. I know some of the other finalists have talked about that. I think it was an incredible 2 years that we can never lose sight of, and keep working together to build collaboration within our industry. It is a lasting legacy and will be a lasting legacy as we recover from the pandemic. And, I think that seeing the perseverance and the resiliency of all these businesses and giving the tourism industry an opportunity through the Tourism Resiliency Program to talk to each other, to be inspired by each other and what their businesses were going through. And the level of support between business was remarkable to see through the program. The future of this program today is, as we are moving into different phases of the pandemic, into a lot more recovery and hopefully stronger recovery now that other mandates have changed. Businesses now want us to be focusing on helping them be sustainable, create sustainable practices for those businesses. We will continue with digital literacy programs and support of business in the new online environment that has come out of the pandemic. And then finally, this program has really allowed us to be real advocates directly for the businesses that we are supporting, and talking to all levels of government has been, for the first time in my long time in this role, really available to listening and understanding what the businesses needed. So the amount of advocacy that we're able to use now is going to be a legacy of the future. So I thank you. I thank you for this opportunity on behalf of the British Columbia Regional Tourism Secretariat. It's been a proud time for us, and we just want to, acknowledge you, Dale, and your group for allowing us to be a finalist here. I think there's a lot of good work that has gone on around the province, and I'm just grateful to live in this province with a lot of great people who are doing great work to serve our industry. So thank you very much.